Hi guys, how are you? Okay, so let's talk about the show tonight. I decided to go short and carefree because sometimes hair gets on my nerves. So I go different. And I get bored, so I go different. I like the back. Very short, hugs the neck. Really sophisticated. I dug in my bag of tricks and pulled this out today, and I was like, you know what? That would work. So let's talk about the show tonight. Lee Hammock has a show on Thursday nights. It's called Waving the Red Flag, and he has different topics that he covers every week. Today's topic was covering flying monkeys. Flying monkeys are the people who protect the narcissist, make up excuses for them, bend over backwards to make them happy, and they're not getting anything out of it. They're not getting paid. They're not getting recognition. They're not getting a free car. They're not getting a free home. They're not getting free property in the Bahamas. You catch my drift. They're doing it because that person is a family member or a friend or whatever, but they're not getting anything out of it. They're just doing it. Okay. And they will defend that person no matter how dirty they are. I went through that with my ex's sister. I told you guys about that when she said, "Oh, come on, like you didn't know that he was cheating for 23, 24, 25 years." Um, yeah, they don't usually make a home movie and send it to their spouse. They just don't. So I quit speaking to her. I thought about The more I thought about it, the more pissed I got. She was a flying monkey. Okay. Instead of jumping in his world and saying you shouldn't be getting married because your behind can't be faithful no matter what, she's defending him in it, like indirectly, like, oh come on, he's not at fault, you should have known, kind of, and she's a flying monkey. That's her brother. So both y'all can go to hell. Anyway, so anyway, you know, there's people that comment in the comment section because it's a live show, right? And one guy I noticed is trying to get over his, okay, incorrect. He is trauma bonded to his ex-girlfriend. Okay. He comes to see the show every week, and he asks advice on is she gonna hoover me? What do I do? I can't get over her. I think I'm always gonna be in love with her narcissistic ass. And those are his exact words. Is she gonna hoover me? And I said, do you want her to hoover you? Hoover is when a person, it's named after the Hoover vacuum. They try to suck you back in with charm, sometimes blackmail, um, different tactics to get you to fall for them again or forgive them or whatever it is, okay? Which it's going to be worse every time that you forgive them and take them back. Their behavior is going to get worse. And I can attest to that because I've seen that myself with my own eyes. So no matter what I say, no matter what anyone else said, he still wants to know if she's going to hoover him. And I said, you're trauma bonded. You have to learn to love yourself. I do love myself, but I just want to know. It's really frustrating because when you try to steer him in the right direction, he jinks away from you and goes back to square one. So it's one of those scenarios where until you are ready for your life and your peace back, until you are ready to no longer be lied to, cheated on, disrespected, fighting every day over stupid asinine petty, childish, bullshit reasons. You will be arguing every day until you die with this person. You'll be just fussing about everything. You said it's cloudy. I looked out the window. It ain't cloudy. That's it. That's a sign that you're a fucking liar. If you think that the argument won't get that petty, you crazy as hell. Okay? It never stops. Until you are tired of the bullshit, until you are up to here with it, until you realize that I am sick and damn tired of dealing with this sick, toxic, demented individual's BS, until I am tired of it, until you reach the point where you're tired of it, you will continue to be connected to them. You will continue to forgive them. You're just not ready. You're not ready. You are incarcerated when you are with a toxic person. You are psychologically incarcerated. In some cases, physically incarcerated because they hold you prisoner in the house and won't let you go. You walk out that door, you'll never see me again. So what do? You go in panic mode so you don't walk out the door. Or you don't want to cause more fighting, so you don't want them to jump on you physically. So you do whatever it takes to keep peace. Even if it means you keep going deeper and deeper and deeper in the trenches, you okay with that? Because at least I'm keeping peace, even if it's only for half an hour. Until you are ready to release your grip on this person, you will continue to be subjected to their bullshit. You will continue to roll over and play dead, and you will no longer have control over your own life because you're always sitting there like this, waiting for them to contact you. Oh, are they going to call me? Are they going to email me? Are they going to text me? Oh. When are you going to stop? You're not going to stop until you're ready. You're not going to stop until you're fed up with it. You're not going to stop until you realize that they're cheating, man or woman, makes no difference, until they stop. You don't want to catch HIV, and the way they're acting, oh baby, you're going to get it. You're going to get it. And you better hope you respond to medication. Until you get tired and fed up, you're going to keep on subjecting yourself to this. It gets to the point where nobody can get through to you because you're too locked in and you're not ready to let go. And as I said, people steer you in this direction and you yank your arm away and you're like, but why? Why won't they call me? Why am I going to hear from them? Why are you leaving that up to them? Why are you leaving it up to them when this shit is over? You make that decision. And if you get mad, and you should be getting mad at how you're being treated, your anger propels you forward and gets you out of that mess because you are sick and damn tired of it. Until you're sick and damn tired of it, you're going to stay in prison. I told him I was losing my patience. I was really trying to have patience with him. I said, you need to read the book. And he said, what book? And I said, the book that Lee's talking about. This is Lee Hammock. He does a live show every Thursday. The book that he's talking about where, it's called something, Breaking Free from the Trauma. I'm not sure. It's pertaining to the trauma bond, how to get away from the trauma bond, how to break the trauma bond, something along those lines. Her name is Lisa Sunny. You can find her book on Amazon. How to Break the Trauma Bond, I think is what it's called. And there's also something like a webinar that will be taking place in addition to that book is on Amazon. And there's a webinar January 30th pertaining to how to, the same topic, how to break the trauma bond. So here I'm giving him solutions so he can learn how to reclaim his life back. He went quiet. He's not ready. She also, pardon me, She also terminated her pregnancy. That wasn't enough to make him mad either. He's still going to pine for her. There are some things that a person does that is unforgivable. And you should be mad, and you should be hurt, and you should be crushed, and that should have been the last straw. But nothing is the last straw because he's not ready. Okay? There's another lady on there. She called in the show, left a voicemail, and they will play your voicemails live if you so desire. This man has been violent with her. He is in jail. She, even though he's incarcerated, she still loves him, or so she thinks. And she wants to know, can he change? Which tells me that you are trying to take an orange and maneuver ways to turn it into an apple. That doesn't work. An orange is an orange. An apple is an apple. Grapes are grapes. I don't care if you paint them, decorate them, change the color of the skin through painting it, adding designs, the little holes, the little teeny little marks that, certain fruits have. You could do all of that. It's still not going to be the fruit you want it to be. It's still going to be the original fruit. It's just going to be wearing a costume. Okay. The fact that he has put his hands on you should be enough, but it's not, because she's not ready to break the trauma bond. And Lee said that to her. He said, "You're not in love with him. Excuse me. You're not in love with him. You are trauma bonded to him." And I hate to say this, but I'm going to go there because y'all know me. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Some people are waiting until they're no longer here, because the person's already put their hands on you and they feel very comfortable putting their hands on you. So what makes you think this isn't going to go to the page of taking you out of here completely? It happens all the time. If you don't believe me, you better pay attention to the news. You better start reading or watching criminal documentaries if you think that this is just a fantasy in my head or it doesn't happen in real life. That's just in horror movies. No, it happens all the time. So once a person has already shown you that I have zero respect for you, which is why I'm putting my hands on you in the first place. I have zero respect for you. And they're in jail. And you trying to figure out a way to get them back. So Lee basically said, you're trauma bonded. You're not in love with this person. You just think you're in love with them. You are trauma bonded. Now, I'm curious to know how many people are still wrapped up in the demon. How many of them are going to go to that webinar? How many people are going to read that book? Until you're ready, you won't. For some people, it'll be too late. For some people, it'll be too late. There was a girl who has a support system. Her father adored her, loved the hell out of her, knew she was in a toxic relationship. He said, "Baby, you are welcome." She's an adult, but he told her, "You are welcome to come home anytime you need to. Anytime you need to, you're welcome to come home." She didn't leave him, regardless of him beating her up. He took her out. She's no longer with us. So sometimes when you stay, you're waiting to no longer be here. Why would you give that person the opportunity, the joy, the excitement of taking you out of here? Which won't be joyful when they're in prison and they have to be careful not to drop the soap. That's not going to be joyful anymore. She waited too long. She kept going back to him. And the last time she went back was the final time. You can't do it until you're ready. Okay, so I'm going to give you guys homework. This is going to be a quick part 2. There is a song called Superwoman by Karen White. Karyn, I think, White. It's called Superwoman. I'm going to give you homework. I want you to focus on the lyrics of that song. The song goes something like, early in the morning, I put breakfast on your table and make sure that your coffee has its sugar and cream. Your eggs are over easy. You're something. I can't think of it. But the only thing that's missing is your kiss that used to greet me, or something along those lines. So here she is, and I'm here to tell you transparency, okay? I was on this page for many, many, many years until I got sick and damn tired. But my God, I had too much patience. 24, 25 years on paper, married to a narc. Anyway, I was the same way. If you watch the lyrics of that song, she's like, she says something about the orange juice used to be sweet and now it's sour. He used to love the orange juice and now it don't taste good. And she made dinner for him. He's being cold to her. He's being distant to her. He don't want to have meals with her anymore. He wants to sit and read the paper, and he's not hungry because let's use some common sense. He's banging somebody else, okay? If they don't want to be bothered with you no more, they already checked out. Mentally checked out. They're banging someone else, especially if they're a narcissist. But she's still trying to please him because of her love for him. I made sure your eggs are over easy. I make sure your coffee is the way you like it. I'm making sure this and that. I make sure your dinner is ready when you come home. And I'm doing this and doing that because of my love for you. I did the same stupidness, and I finally got tired. I got tired of the screaming, the yelling, the fighting, the arguments about money. Narcissists control you through money because they're assholes. They're stick demented assholes. Argued about the bills, argued about everything. This lady told me, okay, I finally got a clue after 20 something years. Maybe 25 years minus 2, because for 2 years he was on his best behavior and faking that he's a nice person. Anyway, this lady told me when they argue you about bills, the reason they're doing that is because that money, they want to put that money towards their side piece. There's no other reason to argue about bills. If you are an adult, which they're children in the head, they have arrested development. Everybody with some sense in their head, even little kids, see their parents paying bills. So why the fuck are you arguing me about bills? Bills come every month like clockwork. What the fuck are you arguing me? Because that money is supposed to help with somebody else. Okay? The side piece. Don't worry about. And wait, hold up. And one time he argued me about my mom. Listen, I want you to listen. My mom has all the electricity on all the time. She got the TV running all the time. She always got the lights burning. And she don't pay nowhere near what you pay. I found out from his sister, who has a lot of mouth and a lot of attitude because she was the golden child. And she's really angry, even though she was a golden child. Kissing their ass doesn't make them a happy person. It depresses the hell out of them because you're going against the grain. Anyway, I told her what he said about the gas bill, I said, their mother, when she was alive, they lived in Pennsylvania. And when he was arguing me about how her bill was so much better than my bill, lower than my bill, I'm in the Midwest. She's not. I said, do I live in Pennsylvania? They ain't got nothing to do with me. I don't live over there. It's not the same electric company. Well, his sister told me, I'm getting toasty now. His sister told me that, yeah, and he didn't tell you that she was a senior citizen. That's why she got a discount. Right. They'll argue you to the death about anything. Anything. It don't matter what it is, and it don't have to be logical. In fact, they like it when it isn't logical. So watch the lyrics, read the lyrics of that song. It irritates the hell out of me because she knows I did this too, right? And I got smart. And I quit doing it. 5 years ago to be exact, probably going on 6. Anyway, um, I know you're disconnected from me. I'm summarizing. I know you're disconnected from me. I know you don't like me. I know you don't love me anymore, but I still love you and I'm still going to do things for you to make you happy, even though you are blatantly disrespecting me. Because I love you, I'm going to keep being the perfect partner. I'm going to keep being there for you. I'm like a little puppy. I keep running around, wagging my tail with my tongue hanging out, trying to make you happy. And that never works. When someone has disconnected from you, if you don't hear nothing else I have ever said, listen to this. When someone has disconnected from you up here, because they're usually banging someone else, there ain't a goddamn thing you could do to stop that except get away from them permanently. You could give him steak, potatoes, salad, garlic bread, his favorite dessert, his favorite dinner, massages every night, porno sex. He always wanted twins. You deliver twins. He loves red hair. You dye your hair red. He would like to see you with bigger boobs. You got bigger boobs. I don't give a damn what you do. You could stand on your goddamn head and spin around like you're doing, what is that called? Oh, I forget what the dance was called back in the day where people spun around and did this number of the pops, and all that. Breakdancing, that's what it is. You could breakdance while you're making his favorite breakfast. He doesn't give a shit. Or she doesn't give a shit. They've already cut the ties here. And physically. And sexually. No affection for you. I don't want to look at your face. No, I'm not hungry. Because they already ate at their side piece's house. Or everybody's house that they're banging. They're full. They're just plumb stuffed. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? You got to break free. You got to break free. Your biggest sex organ is your brain. Once that disconnects, the cords are pulled out of the wall. That's it. That's it. When do you wake up? When do you wake up? Stop trying to be the ideal partner and the ideal spouse and the ideal fiance and the ideal everything. Because none of that's going to matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They've already pulled the plug. There ain't a damn thing you could do to change their mind. Mm-mm. And they may start love bombing you just to drop you harder the second time around, third, fourth, fifth time around. When do you wake up? When do you get a clue? When do you set yourself free? When do you set yourself free? Okay? Read the lyrics of that song and see if you can identify yourself in that song. I put breakfast on your table and make sure your coffee has its sugar and cream, and I do this, and that, and I'm going to do more circus tricks and jump up in the air like a trained seal. I know you don't love me, and I know I can feel your disconnection, but I'm going to make your favorite meal tonight. That shit ain't going to work. Okay? That ain't going to work. People have gone under the knife, especially women. They've gone under the knife to lose weight and to get this procedure and that procedure and a Brazilian butt lift and a boob lift and a tuck and a it doesn't work. It doesn't work because they've already disconnected. They may fake reconnect, but they're going to drop you harder the next time because they've already disconnected. They want to keep getting from you whatever they're getting. Sometimes they may even come back to you, but they're still banging other people. They're playing with you because they know that you're weak for them. So when do you wake up? When do you wake up? Something to think about. I love you guys. Take care. Much love. See you next time.